Hi everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Well, if you're new to this, thanks for coming. Please tell the others, you know what, to subscribe, because wow, I'm still elevating with your help and support. But if you are my current subscribers, hi peeps, I'm back. So practically today's video is all about a story time. Like I was supposed to record the story time like months ago, but hey, been procrastinating. Okay, I had school things to do, so now I'm not that busy, I'm done, so yeah. So story time is the time I went on a coffee date. Okay, my followers on Instagram do know the story because I wrote it, I explained brief by brief what happened throughout the date, but most of them came to my DMs and were like, I should record, né? So I'm recording. And every time I record a YouTube video, I always have to be crusty and, but anyways, we move. So, so here it goes. So what happened was I met this guy on a dating app, sharp. He texted me and then I responded. So we talked till he asked for my numbers. Nah. So I was like, hello, he means business moss. Fast. Exchange numbers, send him my numbers. He texted me on WhatsApp. Sharp. Or before we got to the numbers part, he requested a coffee date. I was like, can I take you out on a coffee date? I was like, okay, all right, Mos, when serious, you're not here to play, Mos. Okay, I sharp again. So we go on this coffee date, yeah, bon. So we exchange numbers. So after exchanging numbers, he takes me on WhatsApp. Hi, this is don from blah 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 blah. So I'm like, oh hi, how you doing? I'm good. Sharp pass. Introduction, it's going down, it's popping, it's booming. Yeah, but sharp again. So we agree on a coffee date, and then he says this very same thing. Can I take you out? So I quickly check my timetable, I check my classes, my availability. So I'm like, I know what, let's go out Friday. Okay. And then he's like, okay, that's cool with me. We can go out on Friday. Okay. Ngoba agenda. I sharp. So he video calls me. He says he wants to talk to me face to face, but obviously we cannot meet at that exact point because I don't know him, he doesn't know me. So we were like, no, let's just video call one another. So he video calls me, then I answer. I was still with my friends, because the first month I think I was still living with my friend before she found her own accommodation and whatnot. So we talk about I think we started talking on Monday. Yeah, and then I said on Friday, let's go out on a date. And then he called me, that Monday later. Yeah, he video called me. So we talked. Okay, so as we were talking there, introducing one another, tells me that, okay, so my name is Don from Don, and all that. So I'm like, let's just keep it basic. We'll talk everything else there at the coffee date. Sharp. Then communication ends. How? Tuesday, low. Wednesday, low. Thursday, low. Friday, he takes me in the morning. So when I thought maybe that sigupelile between him and I, you see. So nix, nada, nothing, zilch, no door, it's over between him and I, you see. I get on Friday, he texts me. So it's like, are we still up for the coffee date? In my mind, I'm like, how? When, daughter, were you serious? Mind you, a Zulu gent. Okay. Were you serious? I'm like, okay. I'm like, so I'm starting to have doubts, because one thing about me, when it comes to these like dating sites, like ngiba skeptical, ngivele ngibona ukuthi we kudlaliwe ngamlana. Okay, sharp again. So okay, then we have a little argument that very simple, that Friday morning. I'm like, okay, I can't go on a coffee date anymore because I need to help my other friend move out from my place, excuse me, back to her place, you see. And then he's like, no, I'm also a person, I've got things to do, in my mind. I'm like, bonage, I need to control that. You will never ever in a million years try to control more, sharp. So Angelo busy, and he just made time for me this Friday so that mina naye sohlangana and what's or not. I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, Aximas. So I tell my friends, you see, hey bathong naya indoda izonke no naila up. I'm like, and no, okay. Fast forward, then I end up agreeing with, you know what, let's just go out on this date, so then I ask him time, and what's or not. Then he says to me, what did he say to me? Oh, and then he says, no, you pick the time. I'm like, like, I've got things to do. It's a Friday, no hash. Like, we're sitting down planning where are we popping, what's booming, okay, sharp. So I'm like, okay, let's make it 2 o'clock. Fine, 2 o'clock. Around, I said 2 o'clock. Yes, I said 2 o'clock. And then normally I'm like, guys, I'm always late. I don't want to lie. Like, I'm always late. I'm never on time. Like, every time I can bath on time, but dressing and leaving my place, meeting up with new people, I'll take that. I don't know why, but it's in me, and I've accepted it. My friends have already accepted that. Ndiyohlala ndi late. Ujim Jam the article. Uyohleli I late maqabane. Okay, so I leave my place. Okay, just after 2. And I leave my place just after. Oh no, I'm lying. It was set for 1. Yeah, it was set for 1. So I leave my place just after 1. I think at like 10:1. So I leave my place. Mind you, I don't know where the coffee shop is, because he's the one who said he was in charge of picking the place that we're gonna go to. Excuse me. He was in charge of picking the place we're going to. And what else? Yeah, basically, now all he had to do was pick the place that we're going to, which he did. I even forgot the name. It's somewhere, I think in Universitas or part of Brandwag, but just that side. And I'm in Willows, you understand? So go into Google Maps, I search the coffee shop, and then I see it's just nearby a high school, literally. And I also saw when I got there that it's just nearby a high school. Sharp. There I am, I take my friends, then we go there. Because now I'm scared. I'm like, okay guys, it's my first time meeting this person. I don't know him, he doesn't know me. So for safety, at least be there, so that just in case if they try to human traffic me, at least they can human traffic us all. I'm kidding, but I was like, guys, just for safety, Okay, so, and then my friends and I, we go there. So on our way there, I keep texting him. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm on my way there. Where now? How far are you? Guys, as in life, I hate people who lie. Like, yo, you aggravate me. Like, I feel perplexed. Like, I be bamboozled. And then why are you late? Okay, I prefer being late, not 2 parties being late. That's highly impossible. And then what happens then? And then I go, and then we get to the coffee shop. So when we get to the coffee shop, one thing I thought maybe the coffee shop is in a shopping complex or it's in a mall or something, you know, but it's just a coffee shop, like literally at a corner of the street. Corner of the street. So it's enclosed with fences and whatnot. I don't even know where the gate is and all those things. So I'm like, yes, then let me not shambles myself. I may know things, but this one is beyond my control. So I'm like, okay, let's just stay here outside. So cars keep passing by. Like, now I'm scared with the hepatum. You know, bangamani bati says we are beggars and what's or not. So with the minute we got there, I called him. I'm like, okay, how far are you? And then he says, I'm 5 minutes away. 5 minutes passed. I call him. Oh no, excuse me. Our management does not let us leave yet because they're doing rounds and what's or not. I'm like, okay, sharp. Like the things we do from a tutor. So even if it would rain or there would be snow, we are within a sugi. Fine. Then what happens? And then what happened after? Oh, and then I kept waiting. I think I arrived at a coffee shop at like 1:30 to 25 to 2. Not me waiting for a whole 40 minutes for a person who said he's just around the corner. Okay, and then he gets there, my friends leave. So as my friends leave, we start like introducing one another, you know. So I tell him, okay, this is my friend Andrea, this is my friend Sheila, you know, and those things. And like, okay, like introduce yourself then. And then he introduces himself. First things first, one red flag, I cannot be like dressed in a manner that appears that you are going on a date or going to see someone, and then one thing when I'm a trick suit. One. Number two, there's these shoes that I utterly in my whole entire life hate. I don't even know like how do they name those shoes or what, but it's these specific boots, you know. They are these specific boots that, but then it's those specific boots. He's wearing those boots. Two, like uvela lapha from the corner, I'm busy bad bitch. So I'm like to my friends, guys, and then one friend of mine is like, nah, this ain't your type. This literally ain't your type. So I'm like, I see that it's not my type. I'm like, okay, Yazin, don't judge a book by its cover. Maybe, you know, must see two things will hlangana, but unfortunately they didn't. So after introducing him to my friends, okay, no, I actually introduced himself to my friends, you know. Then my friends left. So I'm standing there, I'm like, why are you late? So I was laughing, keep my lane. Like, wow, like in my mind I'm like, just know that this is the first and final date. Even before we went to the date, I'm like, this is the first and final date between Nimina. Now we went to Kaloko. Fine. We presume to the coffee shop. Umuntu on WhatsApp ungiphaphele angitshelanga the way he wants boba tea, the coffee shops that maybe I know don't have boba and what's or not. Akazi ngisho negate livulwa kanjani lalapho, and it was his first time. Mara umuntu ungizile ala bokungathi, you know, he's within, he knows what's going after baking at that coffee shop and what's or not. I'm trying and begging it. I'm like, wow, cleverization, bengas. Fine. And then they open the gate for us. So practically you stand at the gate and then the barista sees you and then press a remote somewhere inside, then it opens, you know. So the gate opens, then he opens for me. I'm like, oh, what a sweet gentleman. I'm like, Oksala, yo. I'm pindi. It never is. Sharp. Passes, we get inside. So when you got inside, there is the outside part where you can sit, and then the inside. So I'm like, okay, it's about to rain. So I'm like, listen, it's about to rain. How about we go inside? Excuse me. Wow. So we go inside, we sit, and then he tells me that it's hot. Then we go outside. So I'm like, okay, let's just go outside. I'm like, can this date like figure, sit down, whatever we're doing, and then okay, and then we go to the counter, we order. So when you order, he's like, can I get boba tea? And then they ask him which flavor. I even forgot what flavor he bought. And then this lady is asking me, what would you like? So I'm like, you know what, I just want something basic, simple, because I'm already here. I'm fed up. I am totally fed up, you see. All right, then. So I order iced coffee, and then this lady is like, should I pour syrup? I'm like, no. And can I also get it extra strong, sharp? Then the lady does it for me. Actually, this date, to me, it felt like it was a date between I myself and the barista, because I had this conversation with the barista while she was busy doing our things there, more fun and more passionate than the actual date I was coming to, because the lady was interacting with me, I love people interact with me, sharp. And then the lady was like, okay guys, I've ordered, y'all can go sit down, I'll bring the things just now. And then we go sit down. The minute we sat down, you know how it's fine, you can brag about yourself. I get that. You can literally brag about yourself, but do not brag to that estimated point of what now also abantu, So he's there telling me how he smells so good. I'm also complimenting. I'm like, oh, you smell good, And then I'm like, which cologne is it? I only asked for one cologne, the one that he sprayed, on that day we're going to the date. Wangitshela the way I'm a Jimmy Choo, I'm a Versace, I'm a Dolce & Gabbana, I'm like, wait, and don't just say I'm mentioning them like that. He was the one who said Dolce & Gabbana. I'm like, I'm like, wow, easy. So I'm like, yazini, sharp. Okay, then we start introducing ourselves, what are you studying, what's your purpose in life, and all that. Sharp. So he asked me what I'm studying. I'm like, no, I'm studying marketing management. And you? Oh no, darling, I'm doing actual science. I'm like, oh, that's good, because wow. I'm like, and then yeah, and so where do you live? Do you live off campus or on campus? No, I live on campus. I'm like, okay, that's good. Sharp. Immediately after he told me that he lives on campus, our conversation just moved from talking about him and I to only him. How he's perfect at everything, he's in this group, what, Escole, and then he was the designer of their Instagram page, and the slideshows on the. I'm like, mamela dogo, askafigi lapho. I don't even want to know. I don't care. Immediately after that, wind blew. Yeah. So I was sitting facing, like this. Yes, like this. He was looking at me, So the wind blew from my back towards him. So I don't know, maybe his cologne came to him, and then I just heard him saying, oh damn, I smell so good. In my mind, I'm like, yeah, I know, I complimented you, And then he started telling me that one thing about, I don't want to mention names, so I was like, I even forgot his name. Not that I don't want to mention him, I forgot his name. One thing about me, he says one thing about then he mentions his name and surname. Like, I always make sure I smell good. Like, I need to make sure that whenever I'm in public, ngiyabonakala. In my mind, I'm like, with that outfit you're wearing, people are just gonna be like, oh no, be a Jimmy most low. Like, to be Jimmy, like he went to go gym, took a shower, and then you know. Like, I didn't understand. Like, the equation did not balance, you know. But I was like, okay, it's fine. And then at that coffee shop, there's this other man, a Chinese man. So this man offered us this other Chinese food where it's noodles, soup, eggs. Yeah, noodles, soup, eggs. I can't remember what. So that man was like, okay, I can give y'all both this kind of meal, and then y'all tell me how it tastes, and also how much should I charge y'all. So I'm like to this man, I count him out on that thing, because one thing about me, my stomach, whenever like I try things that are extraordinary high, it jiggles me. So I was like, no. I was like, no, man, usibari akasala akafuna udlulo yo umfana wafuna udlulo umfana ophaphayo umfana. But anyways, we move. So he gets this specific meal, you know, this Chinese specific meal. Fine. So as he gets this meal, he starts eating. And then I ask him, so are you enjoying your meal? And he's like, yeah, I'm enjoying my meal, you know. And then he starts complaining about there's too much soup and whatnot. I'm like, but now why did you agree to order this specific thing? And then he's like, no, I think in life you should try new things. I'm like, yeah, you should try new things, but I also pop. You know, I so pop ngabili. And then he's like, ooh, what's wrong, pot? I'm like, And okay, lapho ke vele bese ngimphotha ngesityle ukuthi ever since ubili ufikile nje ula like ufly just ngathi ubimpukane egijimela amalamu hodu ula ufly fine again. Okay, so we're sitting there. And then I text one of my friends. I'm like, listen, I need your help to bounce. I need to escape this date or not, because as I'm talking about leaving, it's urgent. So my friend calls me. Then she pretends to be my sister, put her on loudspeaker, and then she's like, Lebahang, ukupi. I'm like, no, somewhere at Bloemfontein. Shesh. Is a water front as in like now. Listen to me, see thing as important. I am coming right now. Do not call me, disturbing me. You're disturbing me. I'll call you right now. Sharp. So then I'm like, okay, nigga, I need to bounce. You just heard that's my sister. My sister just called me. So nyambona ngathi hey judge uthi no man, yini ngathi story is amanga, you know. Then he's like, okay, no, let's go pay. What's nice about him, he paid. I loved that. But Nakona, he paid because the lady was supposed to split the bill, but the lady put everything in one bill. So then he was like, no, I'll pay, and then he'll take off the bill next time. In my mind, I'm like, yo. I'm like, gosh, what? Like, you see? So again, I get sharp. We leave that coffee shop. So as we leave that coffee shop, he says he wants weed. Guys, my previous boyfriend was a stoner, so it's some sort of a 10 off / 10 on, but name. And then I'm like, and then he says he must go that way. I'm like, that's not the way to the mall. I'm like, okay, if you're going that way, let's just part ways here, you know. So it's like, no, I'll just go by at another place, you know. I'm like, okay, let's go there. So we go there, we go again. On the way, like literally, I'm bored as fuck. I'm on my phone. He's talking to me. I'm giving him short answers and what's so not. So literally, I'm bored. Like I'm bored. BORED in capital letters, exclamation marks, ding 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 ding. You know the vibes. So I'm literally bored. BORED. And then we walk, and then we come to an intersection. So that intersection beya endleleni engase Mimosa ne. So indlela engase Mimosa, I think, has 3 or 4 lanes. 3 or 4 lanes ne. So now we did the robot, and then the robot's like a green ne. So we're standing at the corner literally. So cars going up ne. As they pass us, the robot is green, so cars are busy passing. So while cars are passing, like some cars are a little bit at the back, so I see opportunity to cross. So literally I cross, stand in the middle of the road because it's 4 on this side, 4 on that side. So I stand in the middle of the road. As these cars pass, when I see that there's an opportunity to pass, and then I pass to the other side, I pass to the other side. And then I was like, okay, you know what, let me just wait a bit. And then I waited. I thought maybe when I turned back, where's I felt as if like or what's or not, and I'm like, no, do not do that, don't do that. I'm like, no, do not, like, do not do that. But again, then we carried on. So we carried on walking. I'm already tired, because I wanted to request the cab. What was it already you understand that? So when we got to almost the entrance as a waterfront, I was like, I need somebody escape. I called another friend of mine. I'm like, hi girl, where are you? He's like, nah, I'm at my place. I'm like, listen, I'm about to pass your place. Yes, and speed fast. And then she's like, I'm coming in. I'm telling Layla, and she's still gonna watch this video. When I tell Layla, she comes. And then I really text her. I'm like, listen, when you get here, say this and this and this and this. One thing about my friends know how to like let you escape danger. Like, uvele signal uthi, hey, kaso fast seba catching. I don't have slow friends, and my friends are very, very, very zaganga, but up. So when she got there, she's like, oh, okay, so ubi up. I'm like, no, ubi up. Oh, and then I introduce that friend, the other friend, to him. So I'm like, okay, Mamelo, this is this is Mamelo. Sure. Not the guy taking over the conversation. Guys, angfuni umfana ophaphaya, umfana obilile i-10 off. Indoda mayibe still. Indoda mayibe quiet. Indoda mayingaphapi. Like criteria. First three. Before ngabheka imali, ubuhle, umgcogo, and what's or not. Magabe still, magathule, magangaphapi. First three. Na angathuli phela okwesimuma, angathuli sukobulima. Abe fucking word, Ula. Sharp again. And then when we went in the mall, and then what happened? And then at some point I was like, so where are you going? And then he's like, no, I'm quickly going to that vape shop upstairs. I don't even know if is there a vape shop at Waterfront or a happy shop. I don't think so. I must be big happy. So I'm like, okay, I know, my friend and I are going that direction. So I'm like, okay, bye, we'll meet again. So I'm like, hug Pela, and then I hug. In my mind I'm like, yo, which that really happened. Sharp. So and then we were in the mall. Then we bought a few things, my friend and I, from the PSU. So I was with her. We went to Pick and Pay thing, and then we went to KFC, I think. Yeah. And then I went to my place. Then we separated. So when I got to my place, I spilled the beans to these ones that I'm finding, I spill the beans. You know, I tell them, I'm like, you know, like I'm filling them up. I'm like, this one deserves to be on Instagram. I'm like, this one deserves to be on Instagram. Yo. Because at the date, a bad bitch and a bad bitch were bad bitching. Like this. They were like a bad bitch and a bad bitch. Marage satin, it was all for which sangane. I wanted to see how it was, which we and I don't know, he's a nice guy, just that or papa ubila and all that. Papa no bila shame. I don't wanna lie. Nonetheless, sharp, but not for me. Try next door. And then I blocked him on WhatsApp. The really same day after the date, I blocked him on WhatsApp. And then he texted me on the dating app. And then he wanted to come to my place. And then what he did was, I don't like if I tell you my friends' names, and then somehow you pronounce it your own way, or you spell it wrong, or just say a different word. So instead of saying Sheila, she says Sharon. I was like, wow. Vele bonge kuzwa ngithi uthi ubani igama lakhe ngoba uzitshele 5 March ula. One thing about me, you should know this about me, you should know this, I'm sophisticated, I'm liberated, I'm wow. Marake, hi, kwabegwi. And then I blocked him again on the dating app. So I was like, must look at corner or what? One thing I know, rest yeah, that's a nice thing. So I was like, yeah, and Futi, where I groove, he doesn't groove because he said Uglang groove corner for the pet. So I was like, where now, Mosma? You're gonna try to control me now. I must groove here and here and here and here. No thank you. So I was like, no thank you. No. Winner 8. Next candidate forward. And then yeah, him and I go pele la poke. I'm a daughter, guys. They will embarrass you. I to go is to see first date. Yeah, at least it should have been like maybe my 4th or 1st date. And literally after the date, 3 more that I met with who were busy asking me to go out on a date, like I literally turned them down. Like I literally turned them down. I was like, yo, you're saying she. I was like, no. But yeah, anyways, that was the story that I was telling. They've been waiting for the story, and then here it is. That's literally the end of my story of how my first coffee date went of 2022. Mfana wangihlambalaza, wangi-embarrass, wangibora, wangi-perplex. I wanted umuntu ozongirejuvenate, you know, angifake ezintweni, but yena wangikhipha, you know. Ukwabona umfana bakeza go athi uyangifaka noma uyangikhipha, ceda phela uthi ngiyakhipha athi wena ungikhiphe usizini. Yena yo uvele wangikhiphela ifeni yakhe, and ngingaphuma njengesivalo sechampagne. Gabuhlungu ungikhiphe njengabantu abantazana khipha ubujiji vele wangikhipha angibuyi no more. So that was the end of the story. So guys, tell your people to tell other people to tell those other people to pass the message. Okuthi Inside Life with Jim is here. They must come and subscribe to the YouTube channel. obvious, I'm already say about corner. They know the vibes. With Jim Jam, the Jim Lama Jimster. I don't like people remixing my nickname. Actually, I got the name in grade 7, but Konamanji, I'm well known by it. I'm known, not well known. I'm known by that name. And then people just assume that it's my like original biological name, which is not. To come subscribe to my YouTube channel. You know, the vibes. Marage, guys. Till we meet again on the next vlog. Don't know when, but soon enough, I think. Yes. Let me love and leave y'all.